2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. The first round of the Norwood Invitational is about to start. I'm Andrew Catalan alongside Rich Beam and Luke Elvey, and we've got Henny Koyak and John McCarthy following the action on the course. What a picture-perfect day for this round of golf. We can't wait to bring it to you on 2K Sports. Let's get down to the first hole. Wow, got absolutely all of that one. Time for the second shot on the first hole. Wow, that one was just a little bit off.
Looking for the draw, but not finding it.
This one will have to travel pretty far to get to the bottom of the cup. Henny, what do you see in this putt?
This one looks like it breaks hard left to right.
Way too much on that one.
Just a little bit of a misread right there. He's going to need to sink this next one, though, to limit the damage with the bogey.
Here's a look at the way things stand. He is currently in the tie for third place. And now to the par 3 second.
Nothing like getting punched right in the jaw early in your round. Big bunker fronting this green. You got a little pot bunker there on the right-hand side. The green sits up above the tee just a little bit. Lots of elevation, lots of fall-offs. And whatever you do, please don't be long. Don't go swimming.
Let's check in with John. He's got more.
Hi, Andrew. Down here with Max Homa as he gets set for his next shot here on the 7th.
And the mindset now is to get up and down from here. Wow, I thought that was going in. He needs this one to save par. Here's a look at the updated leaderboard. Our featured player in a tie for 4th place. The tee shot at 3.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
Ooh, absolutely unleashed it. And from the bunker. That one will not settle on the green.
Oh, as we can see there, the wind definitely affecting that shot.
Here's the par putt. Down to Henny.
This is a 12-footer here.
This one's starting to break to the right. Wow. And now this putt for bogey. All right, that one is behind us. And after that, he is moving down the leaderboard. Here's a look at the tee of the par 4 4th.
Difficult tee shot right here. You've got water way left, but you got a bunker that runs all the way down the left-hand side of this hole. Small little bunker there in the middle of the fairway, but not really reachable. From the second shot, It's a pretty flat, generous, open area that you can run your golf ball up and onto, but anything out to the right-hand side will run off into a low area.
That is a massive drive. Looks like about a 170-yard shot required here. Just 2 strokes off the lead. And still no putter in the hand.
Well, story of the day for this player is just missed too many greens. You can't afford to do that.
Here's the 3rd shot. Only 2 back of the lead. Oh, that looked good. 4 feet to the cup.
This for par.
He is climbing up the leaderboard after that hole.
The 5th hole here at Emery Beach Golf Club is 172-yard par 3 from the back tees. Rich, your thoughts?
Look, the water on the left-hand side really is just there for decoration. Doesn't come into play. The difficult part, though, is this green sits well above the fairway there on the left-hand side. Most players are going to be bailing out, not wanting to go in that bunker to the right, but you miss it out to the left. You got a really challenging up and down.
Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down.
Blame the caddy.
This would be a great up and down. An opportunity to make a par here. And our man on the ground, John McCarthy, has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
This one looks like it will be breaking to the left.
Looking good. All right, getting better.
Wow, what a putt. Well, that's worth a replay. Let's take another look.
Now this is how you putt. Take another look at this.
Now 3 strokes back after that hole. The 6th hole, a par 5, but is it gettable in 2?
Not really. This is a long par 5 here. Best played, I think, as a 3-shotter. Anything out to the right-hand side off the tee is just fine. But this is where it gets a little interesting. Do you lay it up short of this bunker here, or do you try and fit it in between those two right there? A decision must be made, and from there, that'll determine whether or not you can be aggressive for your 3rd shot, or you have to be a little on the conservative side.
Oh, that's a high caliber shot. 2nd shot here on the 6th. That's a good-looking shot there. And this putt is for a big 4 on the scorecard. And Henny, what's he looking at for this putt?
This one's a 36-footer.
Three feet to go here to the hole. Job done. Let's head to the next. And it's a one-stroke par four for our leader over the field.
Over to the par 4 7th hole.
Yeah, you've got to hug it down the left-hand side as best you can to avoid being blocked out by some large trees down the right. From there, slightly downhill for your second shot to a green that's protected by water and bunkers everywhere.
Ooh, this needs to hold on to the fairway.
That looked like it could have ended up in trouble, but it stays in the fairway.
Yeah, this one just swerving the green to the right-hand side.
This is the third. 3 shots behind the lead. Man, that was a good shot. Setting up in the greenside rough. Nine feet remaining to the cup.
Yeah, putting for bogey here.
For more, we send it down to John.
Well, I am on the 3rd hole, and Justin Thomas is just getting ready to hit. This putt from 30 feet at least.
Okay, as we make our way back to live play, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Here's a look at how things stand. It's a one-shot lead. We have a par 3 here.
And again, you've got another raised green that's surrounded by a large bunker out to the right and a small pot bunker on the left-hand side. Green runs pretty strong from back to front, making that front pin oh so much more difficult.
Pulling hybrid out of the bag. This one will be close. Okay, green side, and the goal now is to get up and down. Okay, some distance here. Henny, how tricky is this one?
This is just going right the whole way along. Starts off looking good.
Getting better. This one is gonna go.
I could watch this one all day. Who would have thought that would go in?
Now to 9, the closing hole of the opening 9. It's a par 5. That's a tough one to swallow. That's a really nice shot. That was just a little off target.
It needed to put some draw on that one, but just couldn't get it dialed in.
That just missed. This putt from 4 feet. Trouble early in this hole, but what a way to close it out.
Nicely done. Well fought hole right there. Bunkered off the tee, but makes that nice par save.
Time for the tee shot on this par 4 hole.
Premium on accuracy here as bunkers are down the right-hand side and just a little small one down the left to get your attention. From there, for the first time, we don't have any hazards around this green, but don't let that fool you. It drops off on all sides.
That's a disappointing shot. Not the best contact out of the bunker. And that one won't find the green.
Well, definitely the wind had to have gotten a hold of that one.
Let's see if he can save par.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
That is an incredible recovery on this hole.
After driving it in the bunker off the tee, that's a formidable score right there.
Sitting at 3 over for the day. And it's about now, Rich, when you stand on the 11th tee at Emery Beach, you're thinking, gee, I wish I'd bought the fishing rod instead of the golf clubs.
Luke, if you find the green here at the 11th, you've pushed your tee shot. There is no reason to try and find this green as there is danger everywhere. Out to the left-hand side, a chip and a putt will do. One of the most challenging par 3s anywhere.
Going with the 5-wood. He's not hit this one well, and that one's into the drink. Sitting at 3 over. Opting for the 5-wood. Setting up here with a very long putt. John, have you got a good read on this one?
Not a fun putt to line up, going down the hill and moving to the left.
That came off the blade pretty nicely. Well, that's disappointing. This putt's for double. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. Let's catch up with the action on the second. And after that effort, that's how it looks. As we move on to the next hole, it's Nick Taylor in top spot. The 12th, a par 5.
And what a hole this is. Bunker down the right-hand side comes into play if you really mishit it, but the one right in the center, that little zit, I tell you what, that is going to make some players angry. I can promise you that. If you avoid all that, second shot, fairly straightforward. Anything bailing out to the right is going to lead to a really simple pitch shot for your up and down birdie.
Our man on the ground, John, he's down there. What's the news?
Well, guys, I'm down on the 8th. This is Justin Thomas's next shot.
Second shot here on the 12th. Found the green side rough. Oh, I thought that one was going in. Putting for birdie. John, what's the line on this putt?
Pretty sure this looks like it's going to the left.
Well, how good was that? Nice birdie. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. The 13th, Rich, they say is a drivable par 4, but that's not necessarily a wise play.
I'm not too sure anybody is going to try and find the surface here with their tee shots. So lay it up out to the right-hand side. Just a short iron for your second. Green perched well above the fairway. Anything missing to the left could find the water.
Let's head over to the 4th hole. Here's Tiger Woods. And just 1 shot off the lead. Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
Yeah, it took a bit too much club on that one.
All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. Oh, wonderfully played chip shot. And if this can go down, he'll save par. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Sitting at 4 over for the day. The 14th requires some accuracy off the tee, Rich.
Yeah, this hole's got some length to it, doesn't it? Bunker down the right-hand side. You need to avoid that. Trees on the left can come and play with a truly wayward tee shot. Second shot, a big carry over a massive bunker. However, a user-friendly-ish type green with everything feeding in from the right-hand side.
Great shot. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
We're looking at a 220-yarder.
Standing over this one, and it's a very long putt. And he's down there. You got a read?
Right to lefter, up the hill. Can be positive with this one.
Oh, did you see that fly right past the hole?
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
He's got this for his part.
And it's a major champion who currently leads this one, Wyndham Clark at the top.
We've hit the par 4 15th hole. Ooh, boy, not pretty. He did not get enough out of the rough. That's going to work nicely for him. This is a big one coming up to save par.
It starts off on a good line.
And that's in there for par. As we take a look at the leaderboard, our leader is up by 1. We're on the tee at 16. Let's see if 8-iron was the right club. I bet you there's a lot of balls in that water. This is a 150-yard shot.
Next shot straight back into the teeth of the wind.
Going with 8-iron here.
Needs a little members bounce to the right.
All right, the putter can come out now. All right, John, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, we're checking in with Justin Thomas as he gets set for his next shot here on the 12th.
12 feet remain. Henny, how tough will this putt be?
Just a smidgen to the right, this one.
Walking off the green with bogey. We've got a major champion sitting atop the leaderboard. It's Wyndham Clark. Now to 17, a par 4.
Oh, I love this hole. Drivable par 4 if you need to, or if you want to. If not, just bail out to the right-hand side with just some sort of long iron. Next shot, just with a short wedge, but watch out for long and left as that water comes into play in a hurry.
Oh no, that is wet. Coming out of the thick stuff. Five wood is the choice. Well, took a chance, but it doesn't pay off, and now it's wet. This one just missed the fairway. Still not putting.
Now, coming out of the rough, missing the green was always in the cards.
All right, let's get right back out to the action. This one greenside in the rough. Wow, I give that a 9 out of 10. A 3-footer coming up. As we move on to the next hole, we look at the leaderboard, and Wyndham Clark has a 2-shot advantage. Now to 18, a par 5.
If you are going to go for this green in 2, you better be sure about what you are doing. A long par 5, most of the players just a 3-shotter. You want to lay up into a very narrow area right there, but the third shot though to a pretty inviting green, it must be said, but accuracy as always, distance control as always imperative.
Wow, into the water. What a mistake. Look how high that grass is.
Hitting it over here in the first place was just awful. I would blame his caddy.
All right, that one's wet. Time to get another ball out. That one hurts. That one really hurts. This is big trouble.
Just a little right of the green.
Oh, anywhere but there, not in the water. That's the thick stuff. It's just so disappointing ending up in the water. That round is in the books, and we've got a major champion atop the leaderboard. It's Wyndham Clark. Well, that'll do it for today, folks. For Rich Beem, Luke Elvey, and the entire crew, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long, and thanks for watching 2K Sports.
2K Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. All right, it's time to get the balls in the air for the opening round coverage. Let's head out onto the course. It's great to have your company. I'm Luke Elvey alongside 2002 PGA Championship winner Rich Beem. And out on the course bringing all the action is Henny Koyak and John McCarthy. Oh, this championship's got so much history, so much prestige, and I can't wait to see who wins it this year. We head down to the first tee now. And let's see what he can do here today. TPC Louisiana is a very interesting golf course made on some pretty flat land, Rich.
Absolutely, and this hole shows you exactly what to expect. Second shot to a very tiny green. Tiny greens dotting this entire layout. Hit one close here, and you can expect to make a birdie.
Yeah, not a bad shot, that one. 14 feet to the cup.
Who doesn't love a birdie putt?
Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
I'm thinking a little left to right here.
Tracking. Well, that's a nice way to start, writing a little red number down on the scorecard at the first.
Can't birdie them all unless you birdie the first, Luke. Good start.
He's going along quite nicely in second place. Rich, if you missed a birdie opportunity at the first, you've certainly got one here at the second.
Yeah, it's par 5. It's pretty much just straight away. You got to avoid those bunkers down the left-hand side. For those players laying up, you got to lay it up shy of the big bunker down the right-hand side. This green sits ever so slightly above the fairway, and again, they're just not that big of targets. It really is a cool golf course designed by Pete Dye.
Let's head out to the 7th hole. This is the major champion, Matt Fitzpatrick now.
He has his eyes set on one place and one place only. It's the green.
Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in 2.
Using the big muscles to get it home in 2 there.
Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
Oh, looks like around 31 feet to the cup.
Yeah, the line was pretty good, but the length, that was loose. What an opportunity to make a birdie. And after that, he'll move to 2 under for the tournament. The 3rd hole is a long par 3 measuring 230 yards.
Be careful of the wind here. You can't always feel it as those trees on the left sometimes block it out. Missing it right is an obvious no-no, but missing it left is no guaranteed of an up and down either. The green slopes away pretty severely over there.
Always nice to have a birdie putt. And he's down there. You got a read?
A tricky little slider here. Downhill, moving to the left.
Ooh, not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Currently 2 under for the day. TPC Louisiana might be known as a birdie fest. However, you're going to find plenty of challenges, including the par 4 fourth.
How can bunkers that are so minuscule be so agonizing? That's exactly what these are down the left-hand side of the 4th hole. You avoid those, and you get a good look at the green for your second shot that gently works away from the player.
Has he hit it? Doesn't quite look like it.
All right, not the best, but back in position. Onwards and upwards from here.
This would be a great up and down. Well struck. Well, this would be a great par putt if he can make this. He's currently in a share of top spot. Rich, the fifth is a shortish par 4 by today's standards, but still enough there to mess with your ball.
Players want to move the tee shot from right to left on this hole because there's some trees on the tee box that'll kind of force you that direction. So driver may not be the play. The second shot, however, that's where it gets interesting. This green absolutely belongs in a skate park. This has more humps and bumps and wobbles in it. It is a very cool design.
Well, that's a handy shot. Sitting at 2 under par. Well, that looks to be drawing back nicely. That was a beauty.
Already made a few birdies today, and this is another good look.
Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. And after that hole, he's ahead by just a solitary stroke. The 6 is a tremendous par 4. Plenty of golf hole, this one.
Water all the way down the left-hand side, so that's going to shove your tee shot out to the right, which will make that second shot so much longer. Not much to the screen. It's fairly flat, but finding it in 2, well, that's a tall order.
That drive heading straight towards the cut stuff. Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
Yeah, he's got a good deal of help from the wind here.
Not a bad play, that one. Good chance to take it even deeper here. This putt's for 4 under. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
Setting up this putt 15 feet from the cup.
Ooh. Putting for par. Let's head over to the second. She's standing over her 4th shot. Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. Okay, holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. Time now to play the par 5 7th.
Pete Dye put a zit in the middle of this fairway, and it absolutely needs to be popped. You drive it in that fairway bunker, and you're absolutely beside yourself on how your golf ball could end up in something so small. It is a brilliant design, a brilliant bunker on a hole that should be birdieable by everybody in the field.
John, what's going on out there?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Collin Morikawa as he gets set for his next shot here on the 3rd.
And back to the course with the live action. Rich, it's cool to see Collin Morikawa back right near the peak of his game, isn't he? He came out in such an explosive manner, put a couple of majors in his cabinet, and then has just found that game again. He's found that groove.
Yeah, he's robotic light, but that's not the way it is. He's tenacious. You know, he's one of these players that he's out there grinding it day after day, week after week, and enjoys the grind. And it pays off, obviously, because he's a multiple winner, multiple major championship winner. He loves the grind. He loves being out here. He loves the competition, and it shows. And you know, when you're playing alongside him or going up against him trying to win, you're going to have that tenacity. Not going to be a whole lot of chatter, and that's how he likes it.
He's cool, calm, and collected, isn't he?
He is. That's exactly right. Cool, calm, and collected.
Currently at -3 for the round. The 8th is a short par 4, Rich, and modern players are starting to try to drive this green.
They are, although I don't quite see it that way. It's such an easy second shot. If you just lay it up short of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, you're not going to have much more than a flip sand wedge, gap wedge maybe, to a green that once again has a lot of movement to it.
Yeah, that was a safe play. Good mid-range putt, this one. An 18-footer. Oh, this has got a nice looking roll on it. Gotta like the look of this one. And he's made it. What a putt. The front 9 finishes in a unique style, a par 3 of 210 yards length.
This is actually a par 3 on the card, but most players look at it as a par 4 because there is nothing simple about this hole. If you bail out to the right, you're going to fall off into a low area where it's nearly impossible to chip it up close without taking a risk. So most players are just resigned to making 4 and moving on.
Let's return to live play now. Second shot here on the 9th hole.
Do it. Come on. Come on.
Beautiful shot.
Whoa, check this out. In fuego, dialed in, call it what you will. Holding it from the fairway. Thank you very much.
Well, Luke, I think he's found his distance.
Well, Rich, that's always a nice way to get going out of the gates and in top spot. Impressive.
Yeah, but I like the position. I like being out in front. It forces the other players to come catch you. I like their position.
Let's take a closer look at Collin Morikawa from moments ago. Let's recap this big putt. Playing from around 110 yards out.
Has the wind coming right into his face.
Yeah, that was tricky with that wind. Great shot there.
Trying to get to 6 under now with this putt.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Yeah, he's staring down about 12 feet.
And this one is for his par. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par. And just checking back in with the standings, and he continues to lead this tournament. The par 5 11th, very gettable if, Rich, you can avoid that monster tree about 100 yards out.
Exactly. Tee shots, once again, you're starting it between a couple of bunkers, but the second shot, there's a tree about 75 yards short of this green, and you've got to figure out a way around it. Do you draw it around it? Do you hit a fade around it? What do you do? No easy task for any of these players. Green sits above the player just a little bit, and again, has a lot of movement on it.
Well, this person displays the power game in pure fashion there.
Absolutely love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
This putt to get to 7 under the card. John, have you got a read on this one? What's it going to do?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's going to move right to left.
So close to the eagle. Just a short putt remaining here. Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. Well, the 12th is certainly one of the stronger holes on the back 9. This par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
You want to try and hug the left-hand side as best you can to shorten up the hole as much as you can, but still avoid that bunker if at all possible. Second shot, the green up there sits a little bit caddy corner to the players, so working the golf ball in there for left to right for your second shot would be the play.
John, do you have any info down there?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Lydia Ko as she gets set for her next shot here on the 8th.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up here from about 180 yards.
Oh, that's a tough break. He's standing over his 3rd shot. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. 11 feet left to the hole.
This for par.
So close. And this one will be for bogey. And he'll move to 5 under after that. Rich, the 13th is a short par 4, but a really good one, depending on how much you want to take off.
There's really no real reason to go right at the green, Luke, with a tee shot, even if you have the power to get there, because you just can't stop it on the green. If anything, you want to hit it out to the right, where your next shot is going straight up the green. This is a very flat green, but is perched well above the fairway. It's a wonderful birdie opportunity.
And taking aim from around 100 yards here.
Pretty good win back into the player's face. This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
close was that to going down? If he makes this, he'll save his par. And after that hole, our featured player leads by 1. Well, for all the opportunities 13 provides you, you don't get too many here at the par 3 14th. It's a beast.
As easy of a birdie opportunity as the 13th was, 14, yeah, not so much here. Even though the green is quite large in size, it's difficult to hit with a long iron.
That swing so pure, it reminds me of Adam Scott's. A bit wild on approach there.
This player needs a little help from Bob Ross on this shot. No draw whatsoever. This is a second.
Time for the second shot at the 14th. "11 feet to the cup."
Got to try and save the par here.
All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
This one's going to start out pretty straight, and then towards the hole it should take a little turn to the left.
This is a good chance. That's disappointing to have to settle for the bogey there. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. He finds himself in a share of the lead. The 15th is certainly no cakewalk either. A par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
This is the time where you need to have the best drive of the day. Take it out to the right, avoid the bunkers down the left-hand side. And the green, once again, it's got some movement into high spot in the front, a low area, and then a high area in the back. When the pin's all the way back, good luck making 4.
Time to take a look at some of the action from elsewhere on the course. Time now to play the second shot on the 15th hole. Playing the draw shot here. Putting for birdie here. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
This putt, 37 feet.
Remember, there's 2 important parts of a putt, line and length. Too much length on that one. It's just about 3 feet away. Oh. This is a bogey putt coming up. In she goes. Let's head to the next.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
Just 1 off the lead after that hole. Rich, just 3 holes to go here at TPC Louisiana, and what a finish it is. A great short 4 at 16.
Luke, this is something special here. You can go for it if you want, but you better be mindful of that water up and around the green. Just lay it up out to the left, and you shouldn't have anything more than a pitching wedge to this minuscule green.
Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. Well, this is a putt for the lead. That's a good looking putt, that. This is on the tracks. Oh, what a bonus. And with that, he'll move into top spot on the leaderboard. The par 3 17th requires a really strong tee shot, doesn't it, Rich?
That it does. Again, a very difficult par 3 with water all the way down the left-hand side. Just bail out to the right as best you can and rely on your short game to make that par.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron. Well, it's found the surface, but that's about as much as you can say about it. Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here. John, have you got a read on this one?
Pretty sure this one's going to move pretty hard right to left.
He's going to like the look of this one. That'll be inside the circle of friendship.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. The finishing hole at TPC Louisiana, in my opinion, Rich, is a great one because, again, you can have anything from eagles all the way through to bogeys and worse.
Just avoid those little pot bunkers down the left-hand side, and you might be able to give it a whirl in two. However, you got to be careful to, A, not miss it right, obviously, but even going too far left, you can really get an uncomfortable pitch shot from a low area left of the green.
He has his eyes set on one place and one place only. It's the green.
He hit that pretty loose. Yep, that's a water ball. That always looked wet, didn't it? Sixth shot coming up. That ball looked a little thirsty. This putt was about 8 feet. And with that putt, concludes this players' round. And he ends up in 4th place as he finishes up his day.
Same to you, Luke. See you tomorrow.
Well, that was a thrilling day. And on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for your company. We look forward to the next time you join us.